The art of building a startup strategy, more than just a deck. When Jason and his CEO founders decided to launch their startup, they were driven by a clear vision to revolutionize urban transportation. They spent countless hours refining their pitch deck, ensuring it was polished, visually appealing, and packed with impressive metrics. But as they pitched to investors, something felt off. Despite the compliments on their presentation, the commitments were slow to come in. What was missing? The reality hit Jason. One late night after yet another investor meeting, they had focused so much on the deck itself that they had neglected to develop a comprehensive strategy for actual growth and sustainability. Their business model was compelling, and the problem they were solving was significant, but their plans for scaling and sustaining the business were vague at best. The problem statement beyond the surface: every successful startup begins with a problem, a real, tangible issue that needs solving. For Uber, it was the frustration of hailing a cab in busy cities. The existing transportation infrastructure was unreliable, inconvenient, and often expensive. Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp, the minds behind Uber, understood this pain point deeply. They didn't just state the problem, they lived it. Their problem statement wasn't just a slide in their deck, it was the cornerstone of their entire business strategy. In your startup journey, it's not enough to articulate the problem. You must demonstrate its significance. Why does this problem matter? Why should anyone care? Investors need to see that the problem you're addressing is not just a minor inconvenience, but a substantial issue that affects a large market. Solution effectiveness, more than just an idea. A great solution is the heart of a startup, but here's the catch: it's not just about having an innovative idea, it's about proving that your solution works. Uber didn't just offer an alternative to taxis, they provided a seamless, technology-driven solution that redefined how people moved around cities. Their app was user-friendly, reliable, and most importantly, effective. For startups, it's crucial to go beyond explaining your solution. Show why it's the best approach to solving the problem. Have you tested it? Do you have early adopters who can vouch for its effectiveness? This level of validation can turn a good idea into a great investment opportunity, market opportunity, seeing the bigger picture. Uber's rise wasn't just about having a good product, it was also about timing and understanding the market. They recognized a global shift towards the gig economy and the increasing dependence on smartphones. Uber's founders didn't just see a market for ride-sharing, they saw a market for revolutionizing the entire transportation ecosystem. As a startup, you need to provide a clear analysis of your market. What's the size? What are the trends? Where are the growth opportunities? Investors want to know that there is a significant and growing market for your solution. This isn't just about showing numbers, it's about telling a story of potential and possibility. Business model, the lifeline of your startup. Uber's business model was as innovative as its service. By taking a percentage of each fare, they created a scalable and sustainable revenue stream that could grow as the company expanded. This model was crucial in attracting investors, as it provided a clear path to profitability. For your startup, a solid business model is non-negotiable. It's not enough to have a great product, you need to show how you will make money. What are your revenue streams? How do they scale? A well-thought-out business model not only attracts investors, but also provides a roadmap for growth. Growth strategy, the blueprint for scaling. Uber's growth strategy was nothing short of ambitious. They focused on aggressive expansion into new cities, backed by a significant marketing push and a network of local partnerships. This wasn't just about increasing their user base, it was about creating a global presence. When crafting your growth strategy, think big, but stay grounded. Investors are looking for startups with a clear plan for scaling, whether it's through market expansion, product development, or strategic partnerships. Your growth strategy should be detailed, realistic, and aligned with your long-term vision. Financial performance and projections showing the numbers. Investors are not just buying into your idea, they're buying into your financial future. Uber's early financials showed steady growth. But it was their projections that excited investors, the potential to dominate a massive global market. For your startup, presenting historical financial data is important, but so is painting a picture of where you're headed. Key metrics, such as customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, and burn rate, should be highlighted. Your projections should be optimistic yet achievable, providing a clear path to profitability. Competitive analysis, know your battlefield. Uber wasn't the first ride-sharing company, but they positioned themselves uniquely in the market. Their understanding of the competitive landscape allowed them to carve out a dominant position and maintain it despite new entrants. Your startup needs to demonstrate a thorough understanding of the competition. Who are your competitors? What are their strengths and weaknesses? How is your startup positioned differently? Investors need to see that you know the battlefield and have a strategy to win. Team, the people behind the vision. Uber's success was driven by a team that understood the market, the technology, and the operational challenges. Investors bet on people as much as they do on ideas. Your startup's leadership team should be highlighted not just for their experience, but for their passion and commitment to the vision. Investors want to know that the people leading the company are capable of navigating the inevitable challenges and driving the startup to success. Investment highlights. Making the case. Why should investors choose your startup? Uber's early pitches highlighted their unique value proposition, market potential, and the scalability of their business model. For your startup, the investment highlights should distill everything into a compelling case for why you're a good bet. What makes your startup stand out? What are the key reasons that make it an attractive investment opportunity? Use of funds, the path to growth. Uber's use of funds was strategic. They focused on technology development, market expansion, and scaling operations. This clear plan for how they would use investor money to drive growth was crucial in securing funding. When raising capital, be clear about how you plan to use the funds. Whether it's for product development, marketing, or expanding your team, investors need to see that their money will be put to work in a way that drives growth and increases the company's value. Traction and vision, building trust. Uber's vision wasn't just about ride-sharing, it was about transforming transportation on a global scale. Their past achievements, coupled with a bold vision for the future, helped build trust with investors. For your startup, highlight your traction, whether it's user growth, revenue milestones, or key partnerships. But also, paint a picture of where you're headed. What's the long-term vision? What milestones will you achieve in the next year, 3 years, or 5 years? A clear timeline with measurable goals builds confidence and trust. Beyond the deck. As Jason reflected on his journey, he realized that building a successful startup was about much more than just creating a great pitch deck. It was about having a real strategy for growth, a sustainable business model, and a clear vision for the future. By focusing on these elements, Jason's startup didn't just impress investors. They secured the funding needed to turn their vision into reality. In the end, the deck is just a tool. The real story lies in the strategy behind it.